Hey, Marijuana Nation. I just want to quickly address the lateness for when we've been getting the show up over the last month or so. As longtime listeners know, the other thing that I get really excited about besides legal marijuana news is the sport of Ultimate Frisbee, specifically the development of the youth team and program that I started and run. There are two topics that I could drone on for hours about: legal cannabis news and Ultimate Frisbee. That's just the kind of nerd that I am. Anyway, one of the reasons that I like my job so much is that it affords me the flexibility to go into the schools for a month every fall and spring to teach kids how to play Ultimate Frisbee. So that's what I've been doing over the last month or so. I realize that it's impactful to your day to get the news later, and I'm honestly very sorry about that. But at the same time, if I wasn't able to teach Ultimate Frisbee and deliver the news, I'd probably think about looking for a new line of work. Take that as a mark of how crazy I am about Ultimate. Anyway, I just have one more week of teaching ahead of me and then a week in Las Vegas for Marijuana Business Daily's big conference, which is going to be all kinds of time disrupted. So we should be settling back down to a more normal schedule for publishing when I'm back in town after Vegas on Monday the 19th. Thank you for your presumed indulgence of my extracurricular activities. The future of Ultimate Frisbee also thanks you. This episode of Marijuana Today Daily is brought to you by our friends over at ease.com, California's top one-stop website for legal marijuana delivery. Take advantage of today's awesome daily deals, which gives you 20% off a variety of products from companies like Jetty, Craft House, Island, and Edipure. You just need to use the discount code FALL, spelled exactly like it sounds, when you place an order $50 and up from those select daily deal products. Just open up ease.com, spelled E-A-Z-E, and browse away at all the great legal California marijuana products up for offer at today's daily discount. And as always, you can keep scrolling down to see all the other fantastic brands and products to choose from. If you like getting exactly what you pay for, then you're going to value the buying experience you'll get through ease.com. Find out just how easy Ease makes California legal marijuana delivery by opening up one last time at ease.com. Thanks to everyone at Ease for supporting today's news. Good morning, Marijuana Nation. It's Friday, November 2nd, 2018, and you're tuned in to episode 605 of Marijuana Today Daily. I'm your host, Shay Gunther, and I'll be walking you through today's marijuana news and headlines. As always, we have a full and busy day of cannabis news in our hands, so let's jump right into it. The Massachusetts Cannabis Control Commission met yesterday and issued a total of 17 additional adult use marijuana business licenses, 11 provisional and 6 final. Although there are a number of adult use dispensaries that have been given full license, Massachusetts adult use shoppers are still one step away from being able to walk into a legal shop to stock up, as the commission must sign off on a round of final dispensary inspections before anyone can open their doors. The commission had originally hoped to have adult use shops open by July, but delays in the process of implementing 2016's successful adult use voter ballot measure have pushed that timeline back. Probably not a bad idea to quickly remind listeners that our friend Shalene Title, an on-hiatus regular on our weekly podcast Marijuana Today, is one of the 5 members of the Cannabis Control Commission. So we have a bit of built-in friend bias there that's good to know about. Swing over to Boston 25 for more on this one. Jeff Smith and Eli McVeigh have done the world a good twist and run some projections for how much new business the legal marijuana industry could expect to see if all cannabis-related ballot measures going up for a vote next week were to pass. That number is right around $2 billion, all in. Their story over at Marijuana Business Daily does a good job of splitting out that total over the 4 states where citizens will cast ballots on more progressive cannabis voter initiatives. That's Michigan, Utah, North Dakota, and Missouri. Our final top story today and this week is the good news out of New York City that arrests for marijuana possession charges in Manhattan have fallen sharply over the last 3 months as new policy changes have taken effect over how cops handle cannabis charges, as well as a move away by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office from prosecuting people for having small amounts on them. According to the numbers released by the Manhattan DA's office yesterday, there were just 168 people arraigned for marijuana crimes in August, September, and October in Manhattan. While I think that's still 168 people too many, it's still much less than the 1,246 people hit with the same kind of charges in the same months the year before. An important note on this story comes at the end as the organization Courtwatch, which monitors court proceedings in Manhattan and Brooklyn, released a report yesterday accusing the DA's office and police of continuing to go after people of color for marijuana crimes. Yet another good one to read and an important issue to have a full handle on. Those are our top stories for today. It's time for Marijuana Today Daily Headlines Blitz. Before we blitz it in headlines, let's quickly thank our sponsor, Ease.com, California's top one-stop website for legal marijuana delivery. Ease knows it's important to only partner up with the top dispensaries where it's active and to always follow all relevant state marijuana laws. Ease is in this thing for the long run and actually cares that it makes a positive impact on the world as a company. If that kind of thing is important to you, then you will enjoy being a customer of Ease. And on the off chance that you really don't care about that kind of thing and just like getting top quality marijuana at great prices brought right to your door, well, then you're also going to be glad you're shopping with Ease. Find out just how easy Ease makes legal California marijuana delivery in California by opening up ease.com, which again is spelled E-A-Z-E. All right, time for the Blitz. A new report just issued by the Bank of Montreal projects that under a best-case scenario where marijuana was suddenly made fully legal in the U.S. and the European Union, while medical was legalized in South America, the total market would grow to be $194 billion within 7 years. Of that giant total, the Bank of Montreal's analysts pegged Canada's total contribution at just under $6 billion. Pop over to the Financial Post for more on this one. Keeping our newsy gaze pegged up in Canada for a headline, we have the Ontario Cannabis Store now blaming licensed marijuana producers for long delays that have plagued its shipping system in the opening weeks of nationwide adult use legalization. With some shoppers who placed their orders 2 weeks ago still awaiting their packages, the Ontario Cannabis Store is now saying, after initially blaming a Canada Post workers' strike, that improper labeling by licensed marijuana producers are the cause of their system slowdown. Film legend Francis Ford Coppola is launching a legal marijuana brand under his name in California. Coppola's Growers series line will feature 3 different marijuana strains that will be sold and packaged together in a wine bottle-shaped tin, a nod to Coppola's other business interests in winemaking. Yesterday marked the first day that Epidiolex, the first FDA-approved drug that's actually derived from cannabis, became available for sale in the U.S. with a prescription. The drug was approved by the FDA after its maker, UK-based GW Pharma, was able to show that its high CBD content was clinically proven to reduce seizures in patients with certain forms of epilepsy. Alan Brochstein over at New Cannabis Ventures has a good story up showing how his global cannabis stock index dropped sharply in October, falling just a touch over 22%. Most of the fall in Alan's index, which follows 66 large publicly traded marijuana stocks, was driven out of Canada, where a stock price run up to the October 17th switch over to legal adult use has mostly dissolved away as investors have taken profits and lost the exuberance of anticipation. Not a bad story to click over to, as there are a lot of numbers and details and stock tickers driving this one. Mr. Tom Angel, writing over at Forbes, pulled together one of his helpful roundups, this time looking at how various gubernatorial candidates feel about marijuana and its legalization. This is one of those stories that you just have to open up, as there are a total of 31 different states covered in Tom's story. As always, we have all the news we cover linked to on our website at mjtodaydaily.com and on our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily. Deb Borchard over at Green Market Report grabbed our final story this week with an update about California-based marijuana company MedMen, which just announced a $33 million acquisition of Cannabis-Based Technologies and CSI Solutions, Arizona-based companies with 2 vertically integrated facilities as well as cultivation and production space. As part of the deal, MedMen is also picking up 40% ownership in Kind Concentrates, which has distribution throughout the state. That brings the company's total holdings up to 69 dispensaries and 17 cultivation and processing sites located in 12 states. Those are the headlines and news for the day. I'll be back with you again Monday morning with another information-packed episode of Marijuana Today Daily. But in the meantime, if you have any stories to share or feedback to give, zip us an email to headlines@mjtodaydaily.com. And while you're clicking around the interwebs, swing over to our Twitter account at MJ Today Daily and visit our website at mjtodaydaily.com to find links to all the news we cover. Thanks to our sponsor, Ease, and to all of our awesome Patreon listeners for the support that makes this show possible. To join the illustrious ranks of the Patreon listeners yourself, swing over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com and click on that big blue button at the top of the page that says Become a Patron. I'm your host, Shay Gunther. Thanks for tuning in, starting your day with marijuana today. Today.
One take, Shay. One take.